Why do I go down the middle, Olivia? What do you mean when you say half and half?
It means there's a side with the same amount and there's a side with the same amount.
So the two sides are equal? And when you cut it down the center, then you have equal sides. Is that important to make it fair?
Yeah.
If we were going to share this pizza, what is your name? Michael, if we were going to share this pizza, would you feel like this was fair if I cut it like this? Would you feel like this is fair if I cut it like this? Are these sides equal?
That one has more than the other side.
I didn't cut it right exactly down the middle, did I? I didn't do a very good job. How about if I did it like this? Would that be better?
Yeah.
So then would that feel fair and equal if I cut it like that? You wouldn't feel like you got a smaller piece? Is that important for sharing?
Yes.
That we try to have them equal? Today, Mrs. Smith and I are going to be teaching you about how to make pieces that are equal, and we have some words for those. This is our learning target for today. I know that halves are two equal parts of a whole. Now there are some really important pieces of our learning target today. How many parts did I say that a half has to be into? Show me with your fingers. How many parts are in halves? We have the whole is broken into how many parts? The whole is broken into how many parts? 2 parts. How do you know?
Because the number 2 on the paper.
It says right here in our learning target that halves are in 2 equal parts. Do I have 2 equal parts here? The other piece that is very important is equal, because Olivia told us it is not fair if we cut our pizza. Oops, that's a very bad looking pizza. What if I cut my pizza like this?
No.
Is it in 2 parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they equal parts?
No.
No. So guess what? I've been practicing this too. I want to know if I have cut my parts into halves or I have just cut my parts into 2 pieces. Can you help me with that?
Yeah.
So I want to know parts or two pieces or halves. What does it need to have? Boys and girls, I want you to whisper to your neighbor and tell me, if it's a half, what does it need to include? What's important? Sophia, what are you sharing in Tessa's ear? What are you telling me about? They have to have 2, she said, they have to have 2 pieces, and those 2 pieces have to be equal. Remember also, it has to be 2 pieces of a whole part, a whole. So I have a whole bunch of holes. How'd I do? Is this a half?
Yes.
How do you know this is a half? Can you prove it to me?
Because they're both the same size.
They are both equal sides. And how many pieces do I have?
2.
2. So are these halves?
Yes.
Yes, because I have a whole, I have 2 pieces, and they are equal.
What if you have 4 people?
That would, I think you're getting a little ahead. How about this one?
Yes.
No. Think for yourself. Tell your neighbor if you think that these are halves or these are 2 pieces and why. Are these halves or 2 pieces? Are they equal? Are both pieces Okay, madam, right here in the glasses. What is your name? Lila. Is this cut into halves? Why not?
Because one has more and one has less.
And so what part of our learning target does it not match? Is it a whole? Do I have a whole rectangle? Yes. Did I cut it into 2 pieces? And are those pieces equal? So what part of the learning target did I not match? They're not equal. These are not halves, boys and girls, because the parts are not equal. Let me try again. Maybe I'll do better this time.
No. Yeah. Yes.
Is there a whole piece?
Yeah.
Is the piece cut into 2 parts?
Yes.
Are those parts equal?
Yes.
So do I have halves?
Yes.
Yes. How about this one?
No. No.
Is there a whole part?
Yes.
Is it cut into 2 pieces?
Yes.
Are they equal?
No.
Do I have halves?
No. No.
I do not have halves if both pieces are not equal. In order for it to be halves, you have to have a whole cut into 2 equal pieces. Are these equal?
No.
Then it's not a half.
Because they're not the same size.
They are not the same size. How about this one?
No.
Because they're not.
The same size.
All right, you guys, let me see if I can.
Can you do a 10?
How about this one? Here's my question. Is this whole cut into halves?
Yes.
How do you know? How do you know this is cut into halves? Talk to your neighbor and tell me, how do you know this is cut into halves?
We're all having an image of 10 of us and those only 4 pieces. There was Lila, Johnny, you, and me, and we had a piece.
Are these cut into halves?
Yes!
Tell me, how do you know they're cut into halves?
Because they're the same size.
They are equal sizes. Yes, they are equal sizes. And how many pieces do we have?
4.
And how many pieces are in a half?
4.
How do you know that?
Because if you had 4 people, then you would have to cut it in 4.
So we have equal pieces. When we have a half, how many pieces is our whole cut into, boys and girls?
2. 4. 2. 4.
My piece is cut into 4. What does our learning target say? Oh yeah, this is true. Right now we're talking about halves.
Yeah, but there's only 4 too.
I know, but we didn't get to that word yet.
Okay, now I think 4 too.
That's fair. Okay. So, halves are cut into 2 equal parts. How many parts do we have?
4.
So we do not have halves, but stay with it because I'm going to tell you what we do
If we
have here.
had 2 people, they could each have 2 pieces of pizza.
That would be fair, but we have 4 parts. When we have 4 equal parts, we call that fourths. Fourths. I know that fourths are 4 equal parts of a whole. When you have a whole and you break it into 4 equal parts, that's called fourths. What is it called?
4.
What do you tell your neighbor? What do you need to have in order for it to be fourths? And you can use your learning target. All right, boys and girls, what do I have here? Do I have fourths? What do we need to have for fourths? We need to have 4 equal parts of a whole. Miss Tessa is correct. Do we have 4 parts? Yeah. Do we have a whole that's broken up into parts? Yes, we have a whole that is broken up into parts. Are the parts equal?
No.
So we do not have fourths, we just have 4 pieces.
That's not fair.
That is not fair. It's going to make it hard.
Make it hard.
All right, let's try another one. Let's go through our checklist and let's look at our learning target. I know that fourths are 4 equal parts of a whole. Do we have a whole that's broken up into parts? Yes. Do we have 4 parts? Are they equal?
No.
Do we have fourths?
No.
If the answer is not yes, 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 then we do not have fourths. All right. You tell me.
Super hard.
That's about as hard as it gets
What?
right there.
No. Yes.
Let's look at our learning target. Do we have a whole that's broken into parts? Yes. Do we have 4 parts?
Yes.
Yes. Are the parts equal?
Yes.
Do we have fourths?
Yes.
Yes, 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 then yes, we have fourths.
Okay, boys and girls, now it is your turn to make some halves. We're going to make halves. So how many parts are we going to need, Marcos, for halves? Which one? 4 or 2? How do you know? 4 halves. So we're going to start out with 1 whole cookie, a whole cookie. And you're going to have to cut it into halves. So how many parts will you need? How many? Put your fingers up for how many parts you need. Just in a second, okay? Yes, a real cookie. How many parts will you need? Which one? We're going to cut it into halves. Let's, Addison, let's look at our learning target. Which one says halves? The top one or the bottom one? Which one, Lila? The top one. I know that halves are 2 equal parts of a whole. So we're going to start out with a whole cookie and we're going to cut it into halves. So Marcos, how many parts will we have? How many shares? 2. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are going to each have a cookie and you're going to cut it into halves. But then you're going to have to trade one of your halves to somebody else, to your neighbor. So, is your neighbor going to be happy with you if it is not cut into equal shares?
No.
No. You have to make sure that you cut the cookie into equal shares. Yes. So go back to your seats. Yes, oh, we'll see how good you do. You have to make sure if you get halves, then we will be able to eat them. Okay, go ahead. Oh, I'm going to see which group gets sat down first. There are the
Still video pause it now. We don't need this part, I don't think.
How do I pause it?
I think that's it.
Is that-
Yeah, you got it. It's just a little